listeners, and welcome back to the cold embrace of inevitability for the last time. Goblins and Gays have returned to the world of Alien using Free League Publishing's incredible Alien RPG with the second season of Mother May I. My name is Farris, I use she, her pronouns, and I have been your gay mother. This is the final message of the RSS Medea and the USS Hera, Episode 11, Mother May I Go. Crew, sound off. Let's see who's kicking.
Hello, I am Navar, pronounce he, him, and I am playing Tank Mechi, pronounce he, him as well.
Hello, I am Mimi, also known as Michelle Jones. I use she, her pronouns. And we find out if Farris can actually kill Daniel Strauss today. Daniel uses he, him pronouns.
Hey, I'm Dusty. I use they, he pronouns, and I'm playing someone trying to figure that out. My character's died. So pronouns to be determined.
Hello, I'm Aki. Pronouns are she, her, and I play Dr. Matilda Fernandez, who also uses she, her pronouns. If I die, you will all hear of it. I will be very cross.
Hi, I'm Aubrey, and I use she, her pronouns, and I am no longer playing Dr. Darcy Langley, who used she, her pronouns at one point.
Hi, y'all. I'm Alyssa. I use they, them pronouns, and I am playing non-Dr. Mercy Fairweather, who uses she, her pronouns.
And hello, I am Tick. I use he, she, they pronouns, and today I'll be playing the wonderful crew cat Cosmo, who is just doing his best at this point with my luck and everything that Farris has caused. I hope you feel good about this, Farris.
I do. The name Lucy Westenra would not spark much recognition in the wider universe. Even amongst her own associates, there are those who would not recognize that name. It is a name left behind, an epithet to a bygone life, one she uses in the past tense. She was Lucy Westenra. She carries a new name now, a name spoken in whispers and dark corners, a prayer of deliverance and retribution, a moniker earned and taken with bloody teeth. It is under this name that she arrives on the innominate company station without so much as equalizing the atmospheres. The umbilical between the Demeter and the station connects with a hiss of battling pressures and combatant temperatures. As the doors open, it is the Hollow One who enters, stepping over the corpse of a blonde-haired woman into a darkened interior of the ruined station. Leaning against a column waits one Dinah Sharkovsky, one arm missing and torso pierced through several times. But a xenomorph lies dead at her feet. She grins and pushes off the wall. "Good to see you, sir. I was worried my message hadn't gotten out." The Hollow One gives her an appraising glance. "You look like death." With a chuckle, Dinah says, "Well, not the first time, is it? Had a bit of situation. Despite all my precautions, the onboard specimens did what they did best." She kicks the alien life form that is dead. But that's been handled. With some help. And she nods at the blonde corpse. "Medea?" "Alive, but not here. They took the delivery ship like I planned, but unfortunately an earlier incident had left it unsuitable for long-distance travel." The Hollow One cocks her head. "You're slipping, Shark." "Where are they now?" "Planet side. Must be. They had better be." She looks Dinah's injuries over. "Are you of any use to me, Dinah?" The shark straightens, deep intensity crossing her face. "Yes, sir." "Then round up anyone else in that category. We descend in 30. The shark nods. And as the Hollow One turns back towards the Demeter, she reassesses the body on the ground. "And this one," she orders. "Waste not." Cosmopolitan. You are just a tiny cat in a terribly cruel universe. Your favorite person in the world is in the sky without you, leaving you behind. And beside you stand people you barely know. And before you, you see her. A 6-foot-long head crest ducks through the doorway, and she rises above you 20 feet tall. Fire reflecting off her carapace as slick and dark as engine oil, she extends out one clawed hand, then another, then another, then another, reaching out to you, drawing you home where you belong. The queen, the mother. She does not scream like her children. She does not need to. She simply calls. Anyone with an empathy of 2 or higher, I need you to roll empathy. Just empathy. No stress. As you feel like fingers pressing against your spinal column, like cold hands on your cheeks, like a lullaby you forgot you knew, the call. And if you have spent significant time around xenomorphs, Medea Crew, make this roll with a +1. Anyone who succeeded must use at least one action to attempt to return to the mother who has sung to you in your dreams, children, children, come home. We will return to you. We will. We have much left to see here. But first, in order to understand what is about to happen, we must go back to what happened before. To 3 young people in love. Such normal people. Close friends through childhood, to lovers in adulthood, a bond that can never be broken. Starting a new life on the colony of Hadley's Hope. But the colony succumbed to a nightmare, filed away under cautionary tale. A rumor brushed under the rug. There were no survivors, except there were 3. 3 young people in love, broken beyond repair, rescued. Can you call it rescue when there's nothing left of who you were except for a face? Rescued by a ship, the Demeter. Changed by a man, the Hollow One. One by one, the 3 young people succumbed in different ways until only one was left. Only one left to seize her fate back. As Tank and Dan end the call, Lucy Westenra turns off the comms with a click. She leans against the console, fingers tucked under her chin as she thinks. We only have 1 tank left. We only need 1, Dinah Starkovsky replies. She drums her fingers against her left shoulder where the arm used to connect. The ship is here, we know they made it. Even if they're all dead, we just need an intact body. Lucy tilts her head. Well, we need all the pieces. I wouldn't say intact is required. Prepare for the assault. I'm going to have a word with our guests, and you're unsettling in your condition. Lucy strides through the halls of the Demeter, past various crew members in tactical gear, till she reaches a chamber at the heart of the ship. Inside are 3 large cylindrical, opaque tanks, save for a narrow window along one side. One of them contains a murky blue liquid and an indistinct shape. Another, only the liquid, and the third has been drained. Sitting on a stool beside it, dressed, but blonde hair still wet, is one Caroline Lowe. Caroline, it's been a little while since we've seen you. Describe yourself.
Caroline is on the taller side, so like maybe 6'1", has long blonde hair, usually in the ponytail right now, still soaking wet, but is currently outfitted with all her normal bounty hunter mercenary gear, wearing some heavy armor. Looks disdainly at the large blood stain, like on her side. Been trying to scrub it out, but looks a little worse for wear. Has been unable to upkeep her appearance despite everything that's been happening. But besides being upset about the bloodstain, is looking over an assault rifle, making sure everything is in place.
You see for the first time your rescuer? That's unclear. Certainly someone responsible for the state you're now in, which might be an improvement over the state you were in. But you see a woman with black hair and a severe French braid and a scar cutting horizontally across her neck. She wears combat armor and carries a gun on her hip. And she stands very casually, leaning her hip against the door frame as she takes you in and says, "Ms. Lowe, welcome aboard the Demeter. I was Lucy Westenra. I'm told you've been informed of the basics of your new state. I apologize for making the decision for you, but seeing as you were dead, it was difficult to ask you. However, I have a request to make of you. We will be landing very shortly on a Wayland-Yutani-controlled planet. You might have noticed it prior to your death. It contains a factory full of creatures like the one that killed you. More than that, I do not know. I am sending in a strike team to obtain some missing assets of mine. Due to circumstances that arose before my arrival here, my usual team is buggered. I would like you to accompany us. If it's any help, some of your crew, I believe, contacted me not 10 minutes ago."
Caroline looks up and is like, "Well, you know, I'm not sure if this is the best I've ever felt. I think it is, but wait, did you say they're on the planet? Is Daniel alive?"
Yes, Daniel Strauss was one of the ones who contacted me with comms. Perhaps the only one, though I got the impression there was another person present, but they never spoke.
Yeah, that sounds like Tank. Well, Caroline is going to lift the assault rifle over her shoulder. "I'll be glad to help. Sounds like I'm about to get paid."
Excellent. If you'll come with me, we have one more person to recruit, but do be aware she isn't in quite the same boat as you. We find it best to keep that knowledge to a minimum. People are so easily distressed when they haven't the faintest idea of what distressed really means.
You should have met Daniel.
About to. You're led to a common area with a table in the middle. Occasionally crew kind of wander in and out on tasks, and you see another woman sitting there. It's been much longer since we've seen you, Ruby. Would you describe yourself?
Yeah. Ruby's really not been having a good day. It's kind of gone downhill very quickly since the last time we saw her, when she was dealing with the all of that. And Ruby is a woman in her late 20s or so. She has long, dark hair that's currently just sort of flowing around her shoulders. Usually is pulled back, but through everything, it's not even worth it anymore. She is wearing what at one point was a very nice pair of dress shoes, slacks, and a white button-up shirt, having lost the vest, tie, and jacket somewhere along the way. She has the sleeves of her dress shirt rolled up, and is kind of just nervously sort of running her fingers over a bracelet that she is wearing, as she's just like keeping herself calm.
Lucy says, Ruby Kovac, Caroline Lowe. We scraped you both off the remains of that station. Ruby has some particularly useful information on the xenomorphs that I think will come in handy. I'd like to bring you with us when we breach the facilities. Situations like this, secondhand knowledge. It's a dangerous cost I'd rather not pay when we can have firsthand. However, I would like some reassurance that you do know how to keep yourself alive.
Yeah, I mean, I know how to shoot a gun. Father was a big gun nut. Guess I took after him. I can kind of only guess as to where it is, but there should be a system in there. If we can get in there and you can get me or someone to that computer, it'll probably be faster if it's me because I know how to do it. I can neutralize all of them in the facility.
Perfect. Any questions then before we get going?
I probably have a million, but honestly, I'm very aware we are very short on time.
So true. One last thing before we go. I believe you both met my associate, and she gestures and the door opens and you see Dinah Tchaikovsky entering. A bit different than you remember her, one less arm and a much bigger gun. And Lucy says, yes, shock, she was working for me the whole time. Now, can I trust you all to get along?
I have no love for the company.
Oh, you're alive. Yeah, no, don't. Look, I saw you uppercut that bug. We're good.
Dinah kind of like gives you like a wink and like one finger gun. And Lucy says, good, because I won't hesitate to put a bullet in your head if you can't. And then she glances at you, Caroline, and adds, and yes, a bullet would be distressing.
Okay, I guess.
Now, kindly go with Dinah and be outfitted for this excursion. We leave very shortly.
Get up and follow.
I think it's time we return to the aftermath of the mother's call. We had two fall for that. Am I correct?
Yeah.
Marvelous. So.
Yeah, all three or three of us. Yeah.
Oh, all three.
All three of us want to go back. at least where it's this, it's finally we can all agree on something.
Step one, don't die though. Wonderful. That's gonna bring us to as far as you're aware, Dr. Fernandez's turn.
I'm in the cockpit, but I am no longer being held or grappled or anything like that by the xenomorph because I was able to move a little bit away from him. Is it possible for me to get both cutting torches that are in the back? Because the way I see it is I want to go back. Like I have the urge to go back, the calling, the feeling. However, that does not really interfere with the fact that there is still an active xenomorph in front of me that it will in fact kill me. So I am more so I am going to logic myself as I need to make sure I get back somehow. And that I can't even pilot this thing. There is already a pilot. I just need to get rid of the xenomorph that is standing between me and the pilot who can take me back down. So I want to get both cutting torches. I also want to, I made sure I wrote this shit down because I should still have this because it's the last thing I did. And it should continue for the rest of this little bit. Tank has a +1 because of stunts I did before. I have impressed the alien. The alien recognizes the predator in me. I don't have to roll to hold onto the ship while flying and spinning, and I have a +1 to maneuvering around the ship while it is flying. Those are because I rolled 4 successes and I got all 4 stunts. So those are the things I have. They should still be in effect. So in theory, I should be fine picking up both cutting torches that I had brought onto the ship, so I can dual wield cutting torches now. But also that as long as they're there, that is what my intent is.
Yeah, you managed to tumble out, grab the cutting torches. As you do, tell me the nature of the dream that you had about the mother.
I am not a person who remembers their dreams. Most of the time when I sleep, it literally is just an anonymous time jump to the next day. It's blank. I don't remember. I personally don't think I can dream, and I certainly haven't been doing it for a long time. But this in particular, I think, is extremely notable to the point where I put it down on or I would put it down on my paper. And I would take note of it because I recognize who is in it, being the queen, what the call was, and the feelings I got about it. I think it was very simple. I don't have any visuals to necessarily remember besides just accounting for feelings and just immediate knowing. But I felt warm. I felt this bond, this honestly, this tight level of closeness that I literally only have with my cat. Just that familiar, honestly happy feeling. Something that my own human family does not give to me. And honestly, I could care less about them and how they're doing. They just get in the way at this point. But it definitely strikes me, in such a way that gives me pause. That I could feel something like this from essentially an all-terrain predator of possibly my creation at this point, because I'm pretty sure that the most of these are mine. I'm fairly certain most of these are mine. If they come from this facility, I'm pretty sure they're mine. So now I feel weird. Now I'm not sure how I'm supposed to take this, because before it was survival. A lot of it was survival. I am properly cheesed that my cat was ejected from the ship. But now I feel a little bit weird. I want to understand this better, because I have not been this properly perplexed in quite some time.
There are 2 ways you could interpret this. And option A is that the queen is your creation. And option B is that the xenomorphs are your co-creation between you and the queen. You have a second action?
My second action, I think, will be I'm gonna hold my action to dodge if the xenomorph decides to not go after Mercy, who's literally sitting in front of them, or Tank, who is also sitting in front of them, and they decide to turn and go to me. I'm gonna hold it to dodge.
Okay, I'll allow
because
that.
I don't want the idea of also potentially missing and then just, torching Tank in the back of the head is also playing in my head, and I rather wait and see what's happening.
Great,
a little
Mercy. It's your turn.
Yeah, can I take drugs? Do I still have my drugs on me?
I think unless you dropped your drugs, you have your drugs.
Beautiful. Mercy's gonna pop a pill and then take a deep breath and look to Tank and sort of hiss like, we have to go back. That is 0 successes.
Push it. You'll take stress, but push it. You don't have to, but you can.
Yeah, sure.
Hey, look, the stress helped you.
2 successes.
Okay. Yes, there are no stunts for the skill, but we will just factor that in when Tank's turn comes around and see how that goes. Tank may end up making an opposed roll to that. We'll see. So just hold on to that success number. Okay. As you tell Tank this, tell me, what was a dream that you had? What was the nature of the dream you had when the mother spoke to you, called to you?
Yeah, I think that the nature of it was just Mercy feeling warm and wanted for the first time since the Medea. I mean, Vesper never said anything, so she don't know anything about that, and she does know that the rest of her crewmates dislike her. So just the thought of, just the feeling of like, no, there's something back here for you, and you need to go after it the same way that you've gone after your career for these past few years.
Yeah, so Vesper is gonna move here. The queen is kind of like in the doorway, and so Vesper is going to attempt to hide from the queen. Good luck. Okay. Feels confident. It's the queen's turn. The queen's turn. The queen has some options in front of her. I'll pick them at random, I guess. As she moves, wow, she's so fast. All the way around to avoid the fire coming out of the back end of the Hera. Just sort of skirts around. She's so large. She's 20 feet tall, right? You would think this massive creature with 4 arms, that's not counting the legs, just 4 arms, and this head crest that extends out the size of a human man would move a little slower. But no, she scuttles, she leaps, she makes her way around so fast that Bugsley and Jason don't even have time to turn around before she is behind them. Now there's 3 options of attacking here, so the queen comes around, looks at these 2 human beings, and attacks the cat. This long 30-foot tail swings around up over her head and jabs down with the accuracy of like an Olympic javelin to pierce through the cat. However, the cat is nimble, the cat is small, the cat is tiny, the cat has cat-like reflexes, baby, and does a little twisty twist out of the way, and does not take damage, which is great. Bugsley. Okay, we're good here. Bugsley is standing face to face with the queen. Bugsley is going to grab the cat and run towards the Hera. She doesn't know Jason. He's on his own, man. And they're going to grab the cat or attempt to grab the cat. Cosmo, if you resist, then I will make this a roll. Otherwise,
This is a complete stranger. I don't want to be picked up. I want to get the fuck out of here, actually.
Okay.
I don't know what these people are planning. I don't trust them like that.
yeah, so she lunges for you, tries to grab you and run. Soft spot for cats, who knows? You claw the crap out of her hand. They panic and like back off and like stumble back towards the Hera, and they are running for one of the openings from the crash, and they're just gonna try to crawl through.
That's fine. I don't know this person or what they're plotting.
In that sense, it's now Jason's turn. Jason, who somehow survived. For the first time, perhaps ever in his life, he's going to make a decision that is to his benefit. He's going to also run for the Hera. And let's see here, Bugsley got there. He's gonna try to also jump inside. And he's actually gonna use all of his actions to get on board the Hera. Even though it looks liable to explode at any minute, is on fire and is upside down. It's better than staying here. At least this way it's a quick death, you know? Let's see here. There is Xenomorph on the ship. Xenomorph on the ship is gonna attack let's see here. Tank.
If I die, the whole ship goes down, so.
Tank, question for you.
Yes.
When you took the chair, did you bother to strap yourself in?
Yes. Tank's like a fully official pilot. I think he's very meticulous about his process of flying. So yeah.
You take damage as the xenomorph trundling around the cockpit with you grabs you, almost like it's grabbing you to steady itself. Grabs you by the harness, and like the claws just like dig into your chest, which hurts as much as it hurts you. You're an android. There is like a burst of like white liquid that comes out, and then it rips away the harness, and grabs you again and jumps out into the hold with you. You are prone on the hold as the ship, I guess, goes into a nosedive without a pilot immediately holding it. You drop anything you're holding, and you have to make a panic roll, except you don't. But you are certainly in a complicated position.
Do I actually take damage from that?
You do take 1 damage from that, yes.
Woman? Okay.
Whether it was from the grabbing or from the slamming, your choice, but you do take damage.
Okay.
Wonderful. Cosmo. It's just you and the queen, baby. What you doing, kitty cat?
Bro, I'm getting the fuck out of here as fast as physically possible. I do
Where?
not want to be involved with any of this shit.
There's a flaming ship with strangers on it.
Okay.
And you know there's xenomorphs down here because you've been down here and you have good sense of smell and hearing. And there's also fire coming out of the ship.
Can I tell if the ship could actually fly out of here? Because it doesn't have like windows, right? I got so many dice rolls and I got 2 successes, but at least I didn't fucking fail. I'll take it.
Cosmo knows you get this is the type of thing, the vehicle that you get on to go places. You go places with people, they need people to go. You also know that usually all of the openings are closed when it moves. There are many openings that are open.
And I'm going to be completely honest, Cosmo has more faith in Matilda coming back than in this ship, so I'm going to run.
Where are you running to? There is a hallway, or you can just run to the other side of the room and hope you don't get spotted as the only moving object right now.
I am gonna be honest, I am fast, I am nimble. There's pathways and stuff like that. I am going to just do everything I possibly can to how do I phrase this? Is there a route that has minimal xenomorphs?
Yes.
Can I take the route that has minimal xenomorphs?
Yes.
Okay, I want to use all my speed, all my carefulness to get the fuck out of here as fast as I can in the minimal xenomorph route.
Okay. Give me a mobility check to see how far and how fast you go.
Okay, I'm trying to remember. Has
Failing
there been
here doesn't mean you don't get out. Failing here just means it's gonna take longer.
Fuck! Got a 1. Nah.
You do have to roll stress, but otherwise it's just gonna take you longer to go because you're getting so much sensory input right now, and also distracting xenomorph. Yeah. I mean, I think the logical thing here is that you go under the Hera to make your way out of the room.
Mm-hmm.
Under the Hera feels safe, and cats, when they are scared, go under things. So that makes sense to me.
Do I get to reduce my stress because
you do?
This is funny. The panic roll actually gave me a bonus because I was doing that anyways.
Yep.
All right.
Yeah, so you are underneath the Hera, moving towards the exit.
Okay.
And you have increased the stress of Jason and Bugsley, or no, just Bugsley. Jason's on the ship, and Dan's on the ship, so Bugsley tried to save the cat, and the cat is running in terrible directions. Poor Bugsley. I'm so much stress now. Yikes.
I'm gonna make Bugsy into a cat hater. By accident.
Oops. Tank buddy. Tank, it's not looking great.
Do androids dream? I don't know. But I think what happened is that
Electronic
earlier,
sheep.
yeah, earlier, when I fought a xenomorph in close combat, my head got ripped sideways and had to be fixed. And I think that there is something in my circuitry that didn't quite fully get fixed and never like fully came back to full. And Tank is the kind of android like Bishop in Aliens, the sequel, where he is like, you know, he's not an aggressive like Michael Fassbender type. But I think that there's something that switches in his head where he was like more concerned about like, I need to help my crew members get out of here. I need to like put the health of these humans ahead of my own. I think that there's something that switches where he's like, I'm ripped out of the seat. We're going down now. If I can get down safely, his first thought is if I can get down safely, I can get to the mother. So, do these ships have parachutes?
I would say that there's a good chance there might be a parachute on board. Yeah.
So I think Tank's logic is I want to get the parachute off as I'm like bouncing around in this thing and the whole ship's nosediving. If it's close enough for me to grab and rip off the wall, I will do that. If it's not, then I'll shoot it off the wall, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah, let me check something. Okay. I just had to verify whether or not the xenomorph was still holding you or if it just like dropped you and then posed.
That is a good question. Yeah. What is?
It does not say that you are still grabbed. You're simply prone. Okay. So, you can move and grab the item. I believe those are both. It's either a fast and slow or it's too fast. So either way, you can get the item in hand.
Okay.
And have it and be ready, but you won't be able to act on the item.
Okay. So yeah, so I think like we're in this kind of like zero gravity situation where because we've changed from going straight up to now going straight down, he's just kind of floating. So he uses like the moment to push off of the wall towards the parachute, grabs the parachute and rips it off the wall. And then that'll end my turn as I'm sort of like floating in space towards the open back of the spaceship.
Mm-hmm. Before we leave you, what does it mean to an android to have a mother?
I think it's a fascinating thing because I don't think that Tank is like, again, I don't think he's like a special android. Like he's not like a one of a kind. There's other Tank models. And so I think for him, he's never had like this idea of a creator. I think he's always found it like adorable that humans like have this like not only like parents that they like have this fondness towards simply because of their DNA, but also like some of them have like creator mythos. And so I think that to him it's just sort of this fascinating, adorable thing. But to have this realization of what that might feel like, I think is intriguing is probably the word. It intrigues him.
Excellent. Next on the list is going to be Benson, who's going to run after Vesper, grab their arm and say, no, that ship is messed up. It's not going to help us. We have to find another way out of here. Space Cadet's going to attack you again, Tank, because you're right. Are you or Matilda? Hold on, let's see. Evens, Tank, odds, Matilda. Odds it is. Matilda, you're getting attacked by a xenomorph.
I held my action to dodge.
You did hold your action to dodge. Let's see here. All right, fine. Give me a mobility check here.
That is 4 successes.
4 successes. Okay. The xenomorph leaps for you, and you manage to, in this nosedive of 0 gravity, manage to just push off the wall enough that you don't go out of the ship, and it also does not grab you. Daniel Strauss. It is your turn. It is your turn, Dan. Save us.
Farris, I think you know there's only one thing I can do right now.
Sure. I will. Will you say what you're going to say first, and then I might have to add some caveats to that.
I'm going to steer the ship into a xenomorph.
Okay. Okay, I have to warn you that if you do this, there's no chance of the harem making it out of this building.
I never thought there was.
Okay. Jeez Louise. You see a man, like, climb on board the harem, and, like, grab at one of the seats, and, like, start to, like, get in. I guess it's upside down, so there's no getting in. Just grabs the seat for, like, balance, as you are going to attempt to pilot this ruined ship into a xenomorph. So first off, I need a piloting check.
So unfortunately, I am still rolling with a -1 to all agility rolls because of aforementioned drugs. And that's a panic.
Okay.
That's 0 successes and a panic.
We'll roll that panic. More panic.
I must immediately attack the nearest person or creature, friendly or not. So I have like my arms like raised so I can like try to grab the seat and the controls that are above me. And I am in such a blind panic. I just see like something crawling. I just see like in like the smoke and fire, I just see a shape crawling in my direction, and I just kick out as hard as I can. Which luckily for Jason, I don't think Dan can kick very hard. So I'm gonna roll close combat.
Okay.
That's another 1. Dan goes catatonic. He loses, he kicks out in a blind panic, loses his grip on the controls, and falls and hits the ceiling of the ship.
Daniel, why do you stay on the floor? That is also the ceiling. Why? What's going through your head, or not going through your head?
I'm gonna get eaten. I'm gonna get eaten by space monsters. There's nothing I can do about it. Or the ship will explode. Maybe the ship will explode before I get eaten by space monsters. That would be nice. But I'm not gonna live. I'm not gonna survive this.
You do not, unfortunately, successfully move you kind of just don't successfully do anything. No more failing upward for Dan. It is only failing downward now. But on the bright side, Bugsley did not get hit by the Hera. Cosmo did not get hit by the Hera. So really, this is a win. I think this is a win. So, top of the new round, we have an important thing to do, which I have to add. Nope. I have to add. Yep. new people to our map. Ruby and Caroline, you have been marching through this facility. The upstairs is chaotic, but there are some members of the Demeter that are helping survivors evacuate. It does appear to be not as many survivors as one would hope are upstairs, because it does seem like one got through the elevator shaft and has been just slaughtering people. Part of the Demeter team is taking care of that issue, while the rest of you, this little strike team of the 4 of you, descend down into the factory level, which you're all finding out about all of this as you go. Ruby, you at least have some awareness that you know that the factory exists. You know what the factory does. You've done paperwork for the factory. It's just different being here, especially with the product on the loose. That's a problem. And so you make your way in a tight formation as Dinah and Lucy lead the way down the hall. They've got big guns. Lucy has an incinerator. She's got a flamethrower. And you all move in a really tight formation, which honestly probably feels pretty familiar to you, Caroline, at least, if not both of you. And you make your way down the hallway, moving quick and quiet. And you come around a corner, moving towards the sound of so much chaos, presuming that the largest sound is probably where the most survivors are going to be, because they're probably getting killed. So that seems like a good thought process. So you come around the corner, you see 2 people huddled by the door, and you see a lot of fire coming beyond the door. There is so much noise. So much noise. I don't even know how to begin describing it. It's mostly the sound of a spaceship ramming into a wall, possibly, and on fire. There seems to be some noise of something very large moving around. There's indiscriminate screaming. Who knows who that's from? It doesn't matter. There's a part of you that thinks maybe you hear a cat yowling. Hard to say. There's just so much happening. You also see directly ahead of you, there are a handful of like charred xenomorphs that are like in the hallway, and are considering moving towards you. So that's what you're up against here.
So I see there are xenomorphs that are alive in this hallway.
Yes, they're straight ahead of you. They're probably in like the next zone.
Could I shoot at them?
Sure.
Yeah, I'm gonna take this very nice gun I have, this heavy pulse rifle, and shoot at them.
Absolutely. All right, let it rip. Give me that ranged combat roll.
I did, and I got 3 successes.
3 successes. One of the xenomorphs just blasts into goo. Wait, that's not true. One of the xenomorphs rolls a critical injury. Sorry. Jeez. I forgot how this works. No critical injuries table. What do you mean no critical injuries table?
Xenomorphs don't get critical injuries.
Yes, they do. Sometimes they also just die. Oh, the xenomorph falls to the ground seemingly dead. Okay.
I don't like that
down.
seemingly, Farris.
Don't worry about it. One of them drops to the ground immediately. Pretty sure you got it. You have, I don't remember if that was fast or slow action, but you certainly have your other one.
Yep. I mean, it's shooting, I think, is what the slow actions. I am going to. I see Vesper, right?
Yes.
I will yell at Vesper. Get behind us.
Yeah. Vesper looks at you, and then just kind of like is like, boss lady?
And me and Dinah both here.
Yeah. Also sees like Dinah is like, the shark? Vesper's having a moment. Vesper's busy. So that's gonna be your turn. If you want to make a command action to like really persuade them, then do that. Roll command.
I do have take control.
Okay.
You can roll manipulation. No, command is different, isn't it?
Command is a skill.
Okay. I can roll manipulation using wits instead of empathy, but
Oh, yeah. I mean, if you're trying to persuade her more than command her, I will let you do that, but this seems like a, hey, get your butt over here situation, so.
I mean,
The way you phrased it, it was less of a suggestion and more of a order.
Yeah, that's true.
You roleplayed first, so.
Yeah. I got one success.
Okay, I'll make a note of that. Okay, that's gonna bring us to this guy. Anyway, this one's gonna run straight at all of you and jump into your zone, and it's going to attack Lucy directly. Anyway, so the xenomorph runs over, grabs hold of oh, it doesn't grab hold of Lucy, just reaches forward. Lucy, mouth opening, second mouth exposing, coming out. And she seems to take damage. Yeah, it just but grabs her head, and you've seen, well, Ruby, you may not have seen this. Maybe none of you have seen this. People off screen have totally seen this happen to your previous characters. Their heads got bit, their skulls got crushed, they died.
Wait, what happened to Variety?
Lucy's head gets crushed, and she does not die. She just sort of snaps her head back into focus, cracks her knuckles, and props up her flamethrower.
You cannot kill Lucy Lou. You cannot. You are forbidden.
Oh, don't worry. Don't worry. She's very hard to kill. This xenomorph is not going to live very long. I guarantee it. Caroline, welcome to combat. It's your turn, baby.
Hey, so this one, because it's like basically right in front of Lucy, who's right in front of me, would I be able to like just attack it with a melee weapon from here?
Yeah, I'd allow that.
Cool. I'm gonna grab my knife and I'm gonna use hard hitter, which means if I sacrifice my fast action, I add a +2 modifier to close combat.
Okay.
Nice. 10 dice. I got 2 successes.
Nice. You run in, you try to stab it around Lucy. She like kind of does this like pivot, and because her head is like not even like doesn't seem to be properly attached, like her body pivots and her head stays perfectly straight on. There is a terrible crunching sound because flesh, but seems fine. And your knife goes flying through. It like slides against the plates and kind of cuts off, and you don't think you actually impacted on the meaty part of the xenomorph. You just cut the plates.
What the fuck?
They'll do that to you. Lucy says as she takes her turn. And she just pulls it up, does a little like except with an incinerator, I don't know what they do, and blasts it with fire. The xenomorph screams, yeah, and takes some damage as it is set on fire. For now. And she is going to say, Dinah, step up here. And we're going to bring us to another xenomorph. Hallway Man is also going to come running up here and attack Dinah. I swear, if it makes you go into another room. Ah, there we go. Something different and fun. Caroline and Ruby and Dinah and Lucy to all give me a quick mobility check. And Ruby also needs to make a panic roll. Sorry, Ruby.
No successes.
None successes.
I am keeping it together.
Nice.
And 2 successes.
Okay. If you have no successes, then you are knocked prone, knocked off your feet, and take 1 point of damage. top thumping all the way to Dr. Fernandez. How's it
Zero
going?
G.
Zero G, nose diving ship,
Mm-hmm.
xenomorph, mother's
Fucking-
call.
Mm-hmm.
So much
So much shit's going on.
So much going
I
on.
saw Tank grab a parachute, and therefore I am reminded that parachutes exist.
So fair.
I saw where Tank grabbed the parachute. Do I see more?
Yes, you do.
I'm gonna go get it. At all, no collateral damage ever. 3 successes.
Woo! All right.
All of my ones are in my regular rolls, and then all of my successes so far have been in the stress rolls, and that's just kind of fun.
That's
Just kind of a treat right now.
Yeah. It's nice. I mean, you got 3, so I guess you have stunts here. I don't know if you have anything possibly to add to your stunts, but go ahead, take your stunts. Take two stunts. Is that all of your actions?
No, I believe that was just one thing I did. Is it possible to... Okay, I have it. Can I put it on? Is
Yes.
that another action, put it on? I want to
Yes.
put it on. Yeah.
Okay.
I don't got to roll to put it on, do I?
No.
Okay, dope.
Despite the circumstances, no.
Okay. You'll let me put it on
Yes.
while I jump out of the plane?
I'll make you roll
I'm
for
Tom.
that.
Yeah, could I roll for that? I'm Tom fucking Cruise in Mission Impossible.
Yes. If you fail this roll, you will have no parachute.
It's a bitchin' way to go out.
Okay.
What am I rolling?
I mean, I guess it's gotta be mobility. No,
Mobility?
actually, mobility or survival. I'm kind of inclined to say survival, but mobility makes some sense.
Mobility makes more sense. Survival is... I guess you could say I'm in a survival thing. So, do you want a different role? Because I've been doing nothing but mobility.
I know.
I can
think
do survival.
We'll keep with mobility for now, just because this is a physical thing you're doing.
Okay.
You already did the mental math. Now it's, can you pull off the mental math and the practicality? The theorem is sound.
Will 3 successes do it?
As long as there's no ones on that stress die.
There's no ones.
Then you are in flight, hooking on a parachute. There is one person two people to witness this. One of them is Tank, who's about to, I guess, do the same thing, and the other person is the xenomorph. Mercy, you're alone in this vehicle.
Yeah, if the xenomorph wants to spend its turn being impressed by Matilda, they can do that. I'm cool with that.
We'll just see, won't we?
Yeah, I have seen everyone attempt to exit this vehicle at this point. So I guess Mercy is going to unbuckle and also look for a parachute, navigating around whatever xenomorphs are still in this plane.
Yeah, so I rolled that there are 4 parachutes on this shuttle. So you luck out, there is not only one more, there is a spare in case this goes really badly, but I do need a mobility check here to get out of your seat and get to a parachute in xenomorph gravity.
you do have a +1 to this.
Yeah. I tried to say 0 gravity and I said xeno gravity. How you doing here?
That's a hot failure. And I
That's
didn't
a
roll
hot
with a
failure.
+1, but it doesn't matter because that was a failure.
So true. Give me that stress roll.
Yikes. Okay, I am trembling.
You are trembling. It's the finale, right? It's the finale. You tremble. The reason you start trembling is because you sort of go to grab a parachute, miss the parachute, miss the xenomorph, miss Tank, you miss everything except for the streak of cold air as you tumble out of the spaceship in a free fall, right after Matilda. You have no parachute, but it makes sense why you're trembling. So that was actually just your one action. Was trying to get to the thing. You have another action. I don't know if the list of fast and slow actions covers this scenario, but like.
So, Farris, I have personal safety. Which means if you end up attacked or otherwise in fatal danger, which this feels like it might be, and another friendly NPC is in the same range, you can make the manipulation roll so that they take the threat instead.
I wasn't in the same place at the time when you tumbled out, though. That would have been Tank. I was already outside of the ship.
I'm fine with whatever you decide to do, Farris.
Now.
Point of contention, I did the thing first, so I would technically be further away.
You did not make
Matilda.
it out of the ship yet.
Okay.
The only reason Matilda made it out was because she was already by the parachute. You had to like disengage from the xenomorph and still get the parachute. That's why yours took 2 actions.
Okay.
Because you were like, it was right over you.
All right. I got a thing. It's fine.
Yeah. So you...
I hate Mercy so much. I want to punt her into the fucking sun.
So on one hand, I think your argument makes sense, Aki. On the other,
I wasn't
technically
in that
the danger is the free fall, which is the same zone you were in.
But she fell out of the ship. There is a whole other person that she can fall into, knocking out of the ship.
All right. It's gotta be Tank. I rolled for it because it's a weird situation where the danger is the free fall, but when you invoke the personal safety, but it is Tank.
I mean, I still need to make the roll, so I could fail it, and this could be moot. I did not fail it. That is one success.
So what is your clever way to make the other character suffer the hazard instead of you? Also, please increase your stress level by 1.
So, could I don't know if this counts, but could I grab onto Tank as I'm trembling and falling? And so we do have a parachute attached, but it is like 2 people falling with it, probably inelegantly.
Yeah, so you can knock Tank out of the spaceship and go with him. His parachute is not engaged, so you are both free falling together, but at least there is a parachute involved. And you're all off the spaceship.
Can I contend this only not to avoid that, but instead of being taken out of the ship for the moment, to just grab onto Mercy? I have a 5 strength. I have an 8 agility.
They're a unit.
I will, I'm not, Mercy can absolutely still grab onto Tank. I'm just curious if I can do anything to prevent being taken out of the ship just until my turn.
I'm also roll for it, but yes.
Okay, I was gonna say I'm also open to other ways for this to go down. I was trying to think of the least fatal way to put this fate on someone else.
I'll accept whatever, but you have to.
The alternative is you kick out Tank and you stay on the spaceship, frankly. So, if you don't want to just kick Tank out alone and you stay on the ship, then you go with Tank. If Tank can delay the actual exiting, is going to depend on Tank's roll here. Stamina.
You have a +1 to stamina. That is from me.
Oh.
From earlier. It says +1 Tank stamina.
Okay.
I ain't even here. I'm the most helpful bitch. WWE.
Oh. 1 success.
1 success. You managed to delay your exit.
Okay.
For now.
For now.
That's gonna bring us to ouch, stop biting me. That's gonna bring us to Dinah, who is going to do some attacking. Please stop biting me. Thank you. Dinah is in close combat, which just means she can't use her grenade launcher. Which is a shame. She also rolled really badly. So, moving right along, she's just gonna strafe this way and try to get some distance and spot the queen. Vesper, I think, is going to follow that command, despite it taking them past xenomorphs, and is going to run down the hall. As they pass you, Ruby, they're going to say, how intent are you on, wrong accent, how intent are you on the whole company line anymore? You still, are you still company? Is that happening? Or are you like, I won't tell, I just need to know.
Look, I was kind of in the same bit of a boat as you were.
Okay,
I didn't really want to be on that station. So yeah, I have handed in my resignation.
Right. The neutralizer room is back this way. I just didn't want to go by myself or with just Besim, but like, her head is sideways in an unlikely way, and she just whacked it with a flamethrower. So I feel like that's great news if we go backwards.
Yeah. Well, we have a quick thing we need to do real fast, and then definitely to the neutralizer.
Consider this would be faster.
It's true. I'd say
and
very
there's
loudly.
No xenomorphs, and you can do whatever else you gotta do, right?
Yeah, I'll say that very loudly. It's very true that it may be faster to do the neutralizer.
As you point that out, I think Dinah also gives a call to Lucy and says, that's one of them. And Lucy, like, pops her head back around to look, and then says, good, retreat. And calls for that. Now we have fun times at Fantasy High. It is time for the Xenomorph Queen to be her lovely queenie self. Oh geez, okay. So the queen rushes forward, and just like, it's called Crushing Blow. The Xenomorph brings its entire weight down on the poor victim, who's going to attempt to not be crushed by this. Let's go Bugsley. Bugsley is, oh gosh, not doing good in that department. Dropping an item, doesn't matter. She's getting crushed. So that is gonna be 3 critical injuries. I have to make another panic roll. So Bugsley looking bad. Dan's canatotic, so I don't know if he cares. Well, we got a range here. First critical injury was blood in the eyes. The second critical injury was winded. And the third critical injury was crushed skull. Unfortunately, we must say goodbye to Bugsley. Jason is going to, once per turn, he has a talent called Counselor, and he's going to reduce your stress level, possibly by a lot, Daniel, as he is going to roll a lot of dice. Come on, buddy. As I think he just kind of like sees you go down. And he drops next to you, and he just gives you like a friendly slap across the face to try to like bring you out of it. And it reduces your stress level. which I think also reduces your panicked level.
Is my panic also getting reduced by 1?
Yes, I would say so, yes. So be it. You did just get slapped, so that's still fair. I think he's gonna try to, like, ramp the Hera out of this thing. He's gonna just try that. I don't think it's gonna work, but we're gonna try it. Okay, so maybe it worked a little. That's 2 successes. Somebody's failing upward now. He's about to get punched, possibly killed. It's fine. He slaps you in the face to try to bring you out of your catatonic state, and then reaches up, I think, to grab the controls and just like grabs them and just hangs off of them for a little bit to set the like thrusters to full blast, and it starts to ramp up the side. He got 2 dang successes, so I mean, I guess he's gonna show off by launching the Hera out of the danger room. I do need Mimi, why don't you roll me the power level to see if the Hera has any power after this? So give me a roll 3d6.
1 1.
1 1. Okay, so we're down to 2 power.
What I have heard people talking about, like, that's down the hall, the fucking, what's the name of it? The room that turns the xenomorphs off?
Possibly you would have heard Vesper's voice. Vesper's very familiar.
Yeah,
to you.
I love Vesper, and I don't know these people.
Sure.
Like, it sounds like people are kind of fighting on there, and the ship's got holes in it, and I don't think the holes are good. And
Okay.
I love Vesper, so I'm not getting on the damn ship. I don't
Sure.
trust this ship.
Sure.
I trust Vesper. I love Vesper. Vesper's my second favorite person. I'm gonna go to Vesper.
Okay, I'll let you move into the hallway then.
Okay, perfect.
With that little bonus there. Wonderful. I think. I have no idea, frankly. Okay, this is the ship Xenomorph. Space Cadet is going to attack. It'll be a coin flip for whether this is Tank or Mercy, frankly. Mercy, are you holding on to Tank?
I assume so, yeah.
Tank, you are holding onto the wall.
1, yeah.
You are collectively grabbed by the Xenomorph, which makes the worst decision of its life, and jumps out of the spaceship with you.
Okay.
If you're holding anything, you drop it.
I dropped the ship.
Yeah, I guess so. Mercy, you want evens or odds?
Odds.
It's 4. You're good. Nobody has to make a panic roll. As we deadly grab once again. And now everybody is falling. And that's totally fine and normal. Cosmo, it's your turn. You're in the hallway. Everybody is either in the sky or in this. Actually, everybody is in the sky right now, so the queen is going to move back into the hallway. Jeez. Anyway, moving on. Now it's your turn, Cosmo.
Well, I'm gonna be completely honest. This is a queen xenomorph, and I am a cat, and this
Yes.
is not my problem. And I know where Vesper is. I'm gonna go to Vesper.
Perfect.
Like,
Yeah.
I'm sorry. These people came in to save individuals. I am just gonna. Is that 1 action or 2 actions to go to Vesper?
You can make it in 1 action.
Okay. And Vesper's like, I remember he said that he's like leading the way, right?
They're at the back of the pack, yeah.
Yeah, we're with Ruby, who you would also know who was on the station.
That's true.
Oh yeah, so you just see the fucking station cat walk in, look at you, and just go like, and start walking, and just start like booking it down the hallway. And I guess I kind of want to scout to see like if I can. I know there's a lot of smell and sound of xenomorph, but is there anything in front of us that might be dangerous that I can
Give me
sort
an
of sift
observation
out?
check.
Observation check? Okay. I am doing my job as scouting shit out. Observation check. Oh my god, what the fuck? I rolled 11 dice and none of them got a 6 and one of them got a 1. And that was one of the bad ones that got a 1. So quite frankly, this is emotionally devastating. I have to make a panic roll, don't I?
Yeah, you do, sorry.
Okay. At least it's a chill panic roll, you know? Like, it could be worse.
It could be worse.
Yeah. More panic.
You scream.
Wait, can I reposition kind of what happens here, because I think I thought of a funny way to do it with that stat block.
Maybe.
be a cat. You just got away from a ship that blasted fire and had many holes in it that was very much not safe. You just have a second. You're like, okay, things are fine. Turn around. Giant queen xenomorph, 20 feet tall, books it down the hallway, screaming bloody hell, and running right into Vesper with an absolute screech of panic and causing everyone else around me to panic as well.
Yeah.
I am not scouting ahead. I was panicked. I'm running here with a fucking vengeance.
Perfect.
Not vengeance,
Ruby, I need you to make a panic roll. Cosmo, your stress level goes down by 1.
Wow, I'm doing great.
keeping it
I'm
together.
feeling so less stressed now.
Yeah. Benson also has to make a panic roll, and Vesper. But Ruby is good. You're holding it together. Yeah, Cat climbs onto your heads, or onto their head screaming, and they're gonna start heading for a safe spot. Benson keeping it cool and collected, despite the queen having just entered the picture. Wonderful. That's going to bring us to... Yeah. It's Tank's turn. Tank, you are flying out. You are in the air. You are falling to the ground. There is technically a parachute. There is also a person clinging to you and a xenomorph tumbling with you.
But the xenomorph is not holding on to me anymore, right?
I love the imagery of this eagle locked talon thing going on, but I'll make it so easy to get away from that just because I want that imagery.
Yeah. Well, I think what I'm going to do is basically Mercy's on in front of Tank, holding on to Tank. I think Tank is going to hike Mercy up his chest and kick the xenomorph away. So basically get some range in his legs, kick the xenomorph away, and then deploy the parachute, so that we're falling slower than it is now, accelerating faster down towards the floor. And for the sake of where we're going, I want to fly, if I can, in the direction of the is it the Demeter that's coming down, or that landed?
The Demeter is way far away.
Way far. Then onto
you would
the
not
roof.
be able to free fall that way.
Yeah, then onto the roof of the facility, basically somewhere where there's no danger.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wonderful. Then why don't you give me a close combat roll to kick the xenomorph away and possibly also injure xenomorph?
Hopefully.
Maybe. Success.
Oh, I'm fighting a xenomorph. I forgot.
You did damage it. You damaged this sucker. I rolled 0 successes on the armor, so that's nice. You kick it hard enough that there's a crack of the chitin, and then you are maneuvering yourself. I guess give me a mobility here to maneuver in the air to land where you want to, or open your parachute. I should point out that's also probably a good idea. Maybe a better idea.
I did say open the parachute would be the next thing. So, could I use it to deploy the parachute?
Yeah, I'll let you have done that instead of rolling. Sure.
Okay. Then we deploy the parachute.
Space Cadet's gonna fall, and Space Cadet might die, and that's good for it. Good for it. Daniel, you're here to cause problems. It's time.
So I am gonna roll close combat.
Yep.
I got 1 success.
Okay.
So I think here's how I'm gonna flavor this, because I can't imagine Daniel sees, what's his name, Jacob? Jason. I can't imagine Daniel sees Jason and is like, I'm going to do harm to that man. Mm-hmm. I think what happens instead is Daniel runs at him and wraps his arms around Jason and just refuses to let go, and is just completely incomprehensible, screaming, crying, asking for help, asking, if Tank is okay. The Demeter's supposed to come get us. It wasn't supposed to go like this. We were supposed to get out of here. We were supposed to have a way out, but Tank didn't want to go.
Jason is like trying to like pull you off. And it's like, hey, calm down. You gotta pull it together. You gotta pull it together. We're the only ones getting out of this. And it ends up panicking as a result of all this, but and taking damage. But that's okay, probably. Maybe unless Jason gets broken by this, we'll see. Wouldn't it be hilarious if Dan broke Jason and then Jason rolled like a critical injury that was like insta-death? Anyway, so far so good, question mark? Which is gonna bring us back to Ruby. Ruby, you have been ordered to retreat.
Yeah, no, and we kind of know where the thingy is. So I'm gonna, with Vesper and I guess Benson, we're gonna start running down the hallway.
You see some chaos behind you as Lucy is holding off like two xenomorphs rather spectacularly.
I'll be in front because I have the armor and the gun. Okay.
If you are just sprinting and not trying to creep at all, if you're just sprinting for it, then I'm not going to make you roll for anything.
Things are real bad. So yeah, it's kind of like we're going to sprint because we need to get this done quickly.
Yeah. Okay. Cosmo, you're okay with being just moved along with this, yeah?
Yeah, I'm with Vesper, and that's all I care about because my mom's gone and I miss her and I don't know where she is.
That's so fair. You all follow Vesper to the block. Ruby, you hear over your comms Dinah saying, I'll be right there and I'll solve this problem. Don't worry about it. And Caroline... Caroline, you do see Lucy, who's been holding her own pretty dang well, does just get knocked prone and drops the flamethrower. But other than that, her turn's also after yours, so go for it.
Yeah, because the flamethrower I could use at close range, right?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay,
and
yes.
they are less armored against fire.
Yes, I would definitely like to pick up the flamethrower and use it.
Sure. Cool. So that is gonna be 2 damage. Which is going to damage the Beastie Beast. It is starting to look quite hurt.
Can I help Lucy up?
Yes, absolutely.
Yes, I'll do that.
All right, you help Lucy up. Lucy is going to, straight up use her body here to attack the xenomorph directly. And you get a bit of a glimpse of what she's capable of as you help her up, and she leaps onto the back of the xenomorph and like wrenches its head backwards and pulls it like wrestling style to the ground, which is pretty cool. And then it's gonna be the other xenomorph's turn. It's gonna attack you, Caroline, for 2 damage, and it is armor piercing as it launches into a wild attack and just frenzy attacks you. Jeez, cats. Okay, frenzy attacks you there in the hallway. Dr. Fernandez, you are falling, but you've got a parachute. Everybody else seems to have left the spaceship, including the xenomorph.
I mean, in theory, I would have seen them fall.
Yes. They are at least separated now, except for Mercy and Tank, who are in a huddle.
Then I'm gonna pull it so that way I'm up, and because of parachute impact, I'll be further away, hopefully out of tail range. That is my goal, to stay out of tail range, and I want that's a way. Okay. I would like to use my next action to essentially steer myself further away from the alien, because I'm assuming when it goes splat and its blood is acid, acid goes splat. I'd like to not land in acid splat. I just want to steer myself to safety, basically. And I do have a +1 to using the parachute, and I feel like this counts as using it.
That's all you're doing is using it. Give me a survival roll, because this is less about your physical manipulation and more about using your brain to grab your spot.
That is 3 again. 3 successes.
Okay, yeah. You are going to land exactly where you want to land.
That's good.
Mercy, what are you up to, Mercy? Just hanging out? Are you going to deploy? No, the parachute is deployed. Are you just hanging out?
So the parachute is deployed. Is there a way to maneuver? Navarre mentioned like potentially trying to land us on the roof or something.
Mm-hmm.
Can I help with that?
Sure,
Just
I would allow that.
Yeah, I just want to sort of throw my weight and shift my weight so that we do that.
Yeah, why don't you also give me a survival check for the same reasons?
Can I use a story point?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay, cool.
If not now, then when? Yeah, you perfectly maneuver yourself in order to help steer you and Tank to land on the roof, which is gonna be probably great. Anything else?
Can I just like look out and see, like, do I see any other ships or any other way to be like getting out?
There is a moment where you see the landed Demeter, and then you get a little too low to like see it anymore, but there's a moment where you see it.
Perfect. That is marked up in Mercy's head.
Excellent. Dinah is going to just run past away from the queen, past all the xenomorphs. That's Lucy and Caroline's problem. She's going to sprint all the way, not quite to catch up with you, and it's just going to be like 6 steps back, and it's going to pull out a grenade launcher and launch it at the wall. The blockade from the crash that caused part of the wall to cave in and the ceiling to cave in is gone. And then because my computer's frozen and I can't look anything up, she's gonna do it again and obliterate some of those eggs. So some of the facehuggers that were like gonna come out in the lieu of the thing have been exploded. Vesper, I guess, is gonna lead the way into the coop, and go running into the coop. I guess. Well, actually, I take it back. Vesper moved with Ruby, so we're skipping Vesper's turn. The queen is going to bring herself forward. Mother is going to attack. Queen's going to try to attack Lucy.
No.
Let's see what I get. Never mind. She's going to let out a shrill call for help instead. The other option was a charger only option, not a queen option. And they're at the end of the round, probably more xenomorphs are going to arrive. At the moment, she's just standing there. Bloody Jason. Jason is, once per turn, it's a new turn. He's going to use it on you again. And it is a command roll. And he had 2 7 dice. 8 with stress. The green ones are stressed. He did great. He got a success.
Oh, you get to reduce your stress by 2, Dan. So you're looking better than you were. Oh, I guess he's gonna use his other action to steer the Hera to like just flat ground, so that you can leave the Hera.
That's gonna be 2 successes.
2 successes. Okay. Yeah. The Hera is landed on the snowy wasteland, frankly. And that is good. That means you can all exit at your earliest convenience.
Can I actually try to scout ahead this time? Because I don't know if there's going to be xenomorphs in there, and quite frankly, that'd be really bad if there are.
Yeah, totally. Well, you wouldn't know because you're a cat, but yes. Most of them should be gone by now, but go ahead and scout ahead. Give me a quick observation check here.
Yeah, I just want to make sure nothing bad's going to happen in this room. I am on Vesper's head. I am sniffing the air. I am checking things out like a good little curious scout of a cat. I'm being a responsible member of society. This is observation check. You know what? I think I'd like to use the story point if I have one. I don't know shit
you
about.
should.
Yeah. Let me use that to not fail for the 30th time. Thank you.
Absolutely. You scout ahead, you see a lot of roasty toasty bodies of face huggers and eggs, and you see like the massive carnage of when the queen tromped through here. But you don't see any other xenomorphs whatsoever.
Okay. So, like, I assume I'm gonna have to move forward to do that scouting, right?
Yes.
Okay, so I'm gonna just move forward, I guess, into this area. I don't know, I'm fucking fast or whatever. And you guys, as you're running and everything, this cat books it ahead, you just hear, no xenomorph, no danger. Do I have danger? Yeah, no xenomorph, no danger. And just this cat is like pawed up to the door and has just given the no xenomorph, no danger little script to everyone that's running towards it.
Mm-hmm.
You have successfully decided that there are no xenomorphs between you and Plantation. Tank, it is your turn, man.
I have a very important question.
Yes.
When the alien fell, did it fall into the hole in the ceiling?
Yes, it did.
Amazing. So yeah, I just want to land.
Sure.
And set Mercy down, unclip and I think we're just gonna Tank's gonna look around and immediately just be like, let's just get the hell out of here and try to find a ship to leave. We start going back towards the docking bay.
Okay.
There, I saw a ship. There was a big ship that way.
Amazing.
And Mercy points in the direction of the Demeter.
Yeah. And I think you see a smirk on Tank's face as he begins to run alongside you in that direction.
Okay. For the sake of convenience, I'm gonna just start clustering people into little groups. Just because of location and stuff, like Benson went with the other group.
Yeah.
Which means that it's pretty much Dan's turn. Dan, the Hera is out of the hole. It's out of the facility. It is out in the snow. It has landed. It is still. You and Jason are somehow alive. It has not exploded yet.
As soon as we are flat on the ground and the ship is no longer moving, I just yell, "Mother, cut the engines."
Yes, Dan. And they cut off.
Okay.
Still on fire, but engines aren't running.
Right, let's take stock of the situation. There's another ship. There's a Demeter. It's, a couple miles out.
It's probably closer than that. The facility's not that large. I think we should just hoof it.
Okay, yeah.
You got this?
Yeah, I think I got this.
Okay. Come on, man. And he holds up his fist for a fist bump.
I give him a fist bump.
Yeah, you got this. And he does the football thing where they slap your head a little bit, but in an affectionate way.
Yeah.
You know how footballers are? Yeah. And then I think you both leave the Hera together and start trudging across the snowy wastes. Grab the other outdoor cluster in the terms of Matilda. Matilda, you land not long after they do. Or actually, no, you land before they do. The only reason you didn't was because of initiative order. But logically, I guess you do one extra turn so you land extra gentle and don't break your ankles. If you see them trudging off in the snow, you land behind them. The xenomorph is in the ground. You see two people coming out of the Hera, miraculously. What are you doing? What direction are you going in?
Well, if I see the people coming out of the Hera, I wave them down as I'm running because I'm following the abandoners. I will wave down the other two How the hell? You all motherfuckers are still alive. Have you seen my fucking cat?
Jason gives you like a wave and like shouts back, "Have not seen the cat."
I'm still running, but at this point, I'm also just gonna yell for Cosmo.
Ding. Ruby, you would normally be top of the round, so I'm gonna let you you go before Caroline and Lucy. And as far as you can tell, the cat said no danger.
No danger? Then yeah, we're grabbing everybody and we're gonna sprint through the coop to implantation.
Okay, I'm gonna need a contact roll to set off the neutralizer and just, this is going, actually you have a choice here. You are familiar enough with the code that you can set off the neutralizer and kill every Wayland-Yutani xenomorph in the universe. Anyone that has come through this, any single xenomorph that's come through the facility and been implanted with a neutralizer, you can wipe them all out right here, or you can limit it to just the ones at the factory.
No, we're just doing all of them.
Heck
We're
yes.
just we're gonna throw that big red kill switch. Yeah, I'm gonna just spend my story point on this.
Beautiful, beautiful moment to do that. Lucy and Caroline are saved from fighting the queen and the xenomorphs, as all of a sudden they just all fall dead. And none of the everyone else is outside. None of you see that, but you two see that. You're the only two to witness this.
That was the big red button. I hit it.
Could Caroline to Lucy like, did you do that?
No. But I'm glad it happened because I am quite winded. And I would like to snap this all back in place, and just like cracks her neck real hard and it just realigns in a terrible way. And just kind of like rubs the horizontal scar. You get the impression that this is not the first time she's had trouble with her head.
That's wild. I can't wait to try that.
You're a bit of a long way off from it, but I think you got a taste of what you're in for. I think it makes sense for us to jump to the Demeter. As you all converge on it, none of you are dead. If anyone is interested, particularly the interior people, in grabbing bodies, you are welcome to. You don't have to. It's just whether or not you have any particular desire or reason to grab a body.
Hey Farris.
Yes.
So I looked it up, and I know Cosmo is a smart cat, but apparently cats sometimes don't understand the concept of dying very well. So can I check in on Dr. Langley? Because she hasn't been getting up recently.
Yeah.
Like, I don't think she looks very good. But I think she
really responds. But you do see one of the people from the station that you kind of recognize but weren't close to does like retrieve Langley. So probably she's gonna be fine. Probably.
Yeah, I'm gonna follow the person. I'm gonna like kind of like, you know when the cats will like do the thing and like kind of pat up on the leg and be like, yes, yes.
And then I'm gonna call you over because I think I can hear you say yes, yes. Like, oh my god, the cat lives.
I just hear,
This
oh my
is a
god,
great
it's
day.
like, Doctor Mom, I'm just going over to you.
Yeah. I'll pick you up and all that. Give you scritches, give you kisses. I am interested in seeing the Queen Xenomorph though. The corpse.
Wait, no, I gotta show you Dr. Langley. I think she's not doing very well.
You cannot say all of that, my dear.
No, I'm pulling you. Like, I'm tugging your leg is the thing. I'm not saying anything.
I picked you up. I picked you up.
No, I want to wiggle. I want to pull you to Dr. Langley.
In a
This
minute.
cat is stubborn. You can check.
She'll be better. She'll get better.
Yes.
You gotta let them do their thing though, or else, if we interfere.
Yes.
I'm not that kind of dog.
Yes, Dr. Mom. And I will sit on your head if I can.
Yeah,
Yeah. Perfect.
but I'd like to see the corpse, please.
Yeah.
Oh, fucking damn it.
You can go see the corpse. I think Jason's gonna go get a better look at it now that he's not being killed by it. There's definitely a sense of almost disappointment on his face, but also a sense of, at least we're not dead.
Okay, if these perverts are staying to like look at the alien corpse, I feel we should be flying out of here. We don't know that everyone has been kill switched.
I'm with Alyssa. I don't think, Tank has no idea if, like, he's not going to the Demeter to wait around for people. He's going to the Demeter to leave. So
No danger. No danger.
Bitch,
we're in
you're
a different-
inside. We're on the
Oh,
we're
roof.
never
inside. We're
mind.
on it.
Fuck you,
Outside the
leave.
facility, outside. Yeah.
Oh, you'll
Oh,
be.
Well,
I
I
fucking
don't-
forgot. My bad.
I don't think they're gonna leave without the captain, but I probably Dan catches up with you and Mercy at the Demeter and is like, Jesus fucking Christ.
Daniel, you're alive still. That's impressive.
Yeah. I mean, I
Yeah.
didn't think I was for a little while. I thought I was dead. But then I met Jason, who was actually a really, really nice guy. And he let me know I wasn't dead. So
I think at that moment, Caroline starts to walk up with Martin slung on her shoulder. It's like, Daniel!
oh my
You're
God,
alive!
Caroline, oh my
I'm
God, you're
getting
alive.
paid!
You're getting paid. You're alive and you're getting paid.
Martin's dead.
Oh, that's sad.
Yeah. What happened to him? Tank, they were with you the whole time, right? This nerd couldn't protect themselves.
There were like 5 aliens.
we got separated.
Oh.
Were more? Maybe there were more. I lost count. It was so they are sharp and big and they go so fast.
You're so right, Daniel. Let's get you inside and strapped to a chair so you can't get in any more danger.
Yeah, let's do that.
As you're all like coming back, Lucy is also arriving, and Dinah, for what it's worth, and looks you all over, and Dinah does like a double take when she realizes how many Medea crew members are here, and then says, I think you got them all. And Lucy says, wonderful. I know you've all been through something rather harrowing, but I have, before we go any further or do anything else, or before I even let you on board, I have a question for those of you from the Medea. What happened to Mina Harkness?
It was our first encounter with the xenomorph. We went to the ship to collect what we now know is an egg. It was not just an egg, there were also fully grown ones there, and Mina didn't make it.
Because you let her die.
You were also there, and
Yes,
so
and you let me
also
die. I
let her
remember
die.
that.
And yet here you are.
Because Darcy saved me, and guess who died?
Lucy raises an eyebrow at this little confrontation and then looks at you very cold-bloodedly, Mercy, and says, is that true?
I'm as responsible for her death as everyone else on the Medea and as everyone else in Wayland-Yutani. I have no combat training. I'm a comms officer.
But you
What?
do know how to close doors. And how to open them.
Lucy is going to grab you by the jaw, Mercy, and hoist you off your feet. You can make a close combat roll if you like to avoid this.
I can't make any sort of like manipulation roll at the start of it.
Not yet. You'll have your
Okay.
chance.
Close combat. That is one success.
She lifts you up, and as you like try to pull away and fail, leans in and says, beg me for your life.
Do you think that's what she would have wanted?
Where is Mina to stop me? You can make your manipulate roll now, but it's gonna be at a -1. She bares her teeth, and for the first time, especially for you who has not been in close contact with this woman who you do not know, you see that she has 3 rows of serrated teeth like a shark. And the teeth touch your throat and draw blood. And then she just lets you fall.
So I think collapsed on the ground, bleeding from her neck. Mercy looks up and says, I can see why she tried to get away from you.
I need you to make another roll here. If you fail it, you will die.
Can I use a story point?
You gotta give me a good reason why it works.
Yeah, I think that part of it is also sort of testing to see how Dinah is reacting to all of this and if she will rein in her compatriot. And
Nope.
Okay.
Dinah is happy. Literally, Dinah has her eyes on the rest of the group to see if they're going to interfere, and then she interferes. She is not interfering in whatever this is.
I think that she will also. There's an experience. Okay. I think that she will then try to invoke a happier memory from Mina of Lucy, like she was trying to get away, but once she was gone, she told us all about you. Like, she talked about you a lot.
And Lucy says, evidently not enough. And she squares her shoulders and kind of wipes at some of the blood on her lips and says, you all have an offer of sanctuary aboard the Demeter and its home port for so long as it remains in the control of the Hollow One.
And I pull out my gun that I have because of hidden stash, and I just shoot Mercy while y'all are distracted. She's tried to kill me a few times. I'm upset.
Make a ranged attack roll.
I'm gonna fall off your head because you pull off a gun and you shoot it.
Yeah.
Can I contest that? Can I contest that?
Yes, you may.
Could I contest? Tank contesting it.
Let's fucking go.
Story point.
Sure.
I want to succeed with just the story point.
Okay, so
Okay, that gives you 1 success, right?
It only gives you 1, or I thought like we could just do
one.
it because that's
it
what
means you
it's been
succeed on your
looking
roll. It gives you, which I mean, you only need 1 success to succeed. So.
Okay, well, never mind then. I will roll because if it's a contested roll, I don't know what I'm contesting.
I need Dusty to roll close combat. I need Tank to roll close combat. I need Matilda to roll close combat as well as range combat, I guess.
Do I have to roll close combat at this point?
What are you doing?
Well, if someone's trying to attack my mom, I don't like it.
That's
honestly, It's all moving so fast. You're just gonna bite someone's leg at best.
Yeah, I have fast reflexes. If someone is going, like, if Tank gonna grab my mom, I don't know who Tank is. Tank seems out of character like a very cool guy who Tick would be friends with, but Cosmo does not know you very well, and you are coming after my mom.
You
That's
might
valid.
bite an android and get a mouthful of milky.
Yeah,
That's
they
fine.
don't smell like a human for
They
sure.
don't smell like a human.
Yeah, I don't like
In
'em.
order of Dusty Navarre, Aki, give me the results.
Could I use my heavy hitter thing since I
Sure.
am technically attacking? Okay.
I'm biting someone that's threatening my mom. I don't care who. I'm making an attack roll.
All right. Let's see.
10 dice, 2 successes.
No successes. Damn it.
Okay.
Caroline sees Tank about to like seeing the course of actions and just going to like put her hand in front of Tank. It's just like not worth it. Not worth it.
We still have
Oh,
stress
you're
dice.
contesting Tank, motherfucker. I was
Yes.
like, how many times do I have to roll?
No,
Yeah, you don't have
Tank.
to make a close combat now because Tank does not actually interfere.
Okay.
So you just need the ranged attack. Mercy, are you doing anything?
I mean, it's like, can I contest? Is there anything I can do?
I was looking that up and then I got distracted.
I mean,
By gee, I wonder what.
Can dodge.
Close combat.
Because I mean, it is
Resolution. Ranged combat. Resolution. It doesn't really say. You don't have armor. But I will let you try to make a contested mobility check here to mitigate getting shot. Aki, what is your ranged result?
Do I roll stress on this too, right? Yes?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, I'm just double checking.
Oh no, I pushed and I failed.
Oh no.
Am I allowed to add the story point to this or nah?
You can have a story point and just you can't add a story point, you can use a story point.
Okay, then that's fine. I'll just use my roll. I just wanted to know what to be honest, I forgot everything about the story points. Anyways, that would be 3 successes.
Okay. Are you inflicting extra damage? Is that what you're doing with this?
I'm shooting to kill.
You need to make an empathy roll to kill.
Is it just empathy straight up, or what is it?
One moment. Hold
Also,
on.
related, can I still bite Tank because everything went so fast and I think it would be funny?
Just flat empathy. Yes, you've got to take. Yes, flat empathy, no stress dice.
No successes on
No
empathy.
successes. Jeez, what are the odds? Because you needed to fail it in order to kill. Okay, so it's gonna do 2 damage. You're using your extra successes to do more damage? Okay. That's 4 damage. Mercy, are you still up?
I have 1 health left.
I'll
she's
do it
not dead.
again.
I feel like it would be out of character for Dan to not say anything at this point.
You can say something. I'm still aiming to kill someone.
So
Over, Dan.
I think Dan, like you shoot Mercy. I fully watch you shoot Mercy, and then I like jump in between you and Mercy before you take another shot. I was like, okay, hold on. Obviously, there's a lot of shit that's gone down between all of you, and there's a lot of hostility, and I understand. But there's gotta be a better way to resolve this than just killing each other senselessly. We barely made it out of there in the first place. I know all of us have friends and people we care about who didn't make it.
I gave her
No.
years to change and she didn't, and I pushed you out of the way and shoot again.
Okay, point of order. I have not actually tried to kill you since we started doing this. And
I
I've never
I
tried
watched
to
you
kill
close
you.
the door on me at the cockpit. That's enough.
That wasn't me. That was Tank.
No, that was you. You ran in, took my place in the cockpit after I tried to hit one of the aliens.
car.
You closed the door on me.
Okay.
And the only reason why the door opened was because the alien threw me through it.
I technically did close the door for the record.
Well, I saw Mercy do it, not Tank.
Dan, give me a manipulate roll to try to talk Matilda down. Matilda, you can make this a contested roll with the I guess also manipulation.
6 dice. I got 0 successes.
Ouch. You can push it.
You know what? Yeah, I got 0 stress thanks to Jason. I'm gonna push. That's 1 success.
Okay.
What is the contested roll?
I guess it's gonna be a manipulation back to like resist Dan's argument.
Let's go. What success? I was rolling 2 die.
Gosh dang it.
Ruby in the background being like, I'm just gonna let this happen and just walk onto the ship as I was already a part of the ship.
Can I say that a tie is enough for me to just like get a couple more words out, and then if you ignore me, it's fine. I'm not saying, you know, anybody gets off scot-free. If you've got like some shit to work out, if you feel like if there need to be consequences, that's fine. I'm just saying, there's a better way to do it.
These are the consequences.
Mercy, I think you're broken, so roll a critical injury. It's at the very bottom of your front sheet. You get shot in the jugular. Jeez Louise. Matilda, she does go down. And she is bleeding out rapidly. Are you satisfied?
Yeah.
It is important to note that the injury is fatal unless it is treated within 1 round.
I think I don't have any medical experience.
No,
but
I think
Tank will attempt something. Yeah. What's the point of
may I just recommend? Caroline's gonna like move her arm, just like, all right, look, everyone got their shit. Look, I'm just gonna let's just fucking go. I'll get the dead body. I'll put them over my shoulder along with the other dead body, and make it go. They like dead bodies on this ship for some reason. Okay.
You say that, and I think Lucy is simply going to stalk over to Mercy's bleeding out body. I mean, you're still conscious, you're just bleeding out from your jugular at a rapid pace. I mean, she was gonna kill you, so I think she's just going to finish the job. She stalks over, like crouches down next to you, and says, I think this is for the best. Smooths your hair back, grabs your hair at the back of your head, grabs you by the collarbone, rips your head off.
Okay. When she smooths my hair back, though, it's my dying words, Farris.
Yes, you may have them.
So Mercy, bleeding out, gurgling blood, has her hair smoothed back by Lucy and just says, Mina was right to leave.
Okay, yeah, your head's definitely getting taken off then. Lucy stands again. Your head is still in her hand. Looks at everyone else and says, Your options. If we're quite done with everything, is I can drop you off in the Outer Vale. Wayland Yutani will want to see this entire operation cleansed, and I doubt they'll keep many survivors. You may take your chances with the company, or you may take your chances with me. Either way, I'm going to bring this company to its knees. And in the spirit of alien films being what they are, I think we won't even see what you all decide, and we will simply end the season there. Wowzer, hello, goodbye.
I
Thank
tasted
you.
blood and
Jeez Louise.
yum. I have to do it again.
Oh my
Well,
god.
thank you all for joining us in this reckless morphing of gothic and sci-fi and PvP. I have been honored and horrified to be your game mother, and we have been Goblets and Gays. I am in shock. We have been found before at Goblets and Gays all across the internet, including Twitch. We may be found there again. The Hollow One has arrived to say goodbye, my wonderful doomed crew, and may we meet again.
You know what I learned in this session?
Crew.
Bye, Doom Crew.
I'm not coming back to this podcast unless Alyssa and Aki are in a relationship and happy.